Raila Odinga, Kenya's prominent opposition leader and former prime minister, has found himself embroiled in a political struggle as he seeks to become the next chairperson of the African Union Commission, AUC. His bid for this prestigious position has been complicated by numerous factors, both internal and external, with the latest controversy involving allegations that Kenyan President William Ruto may have been involved in efforts to bribe Djibouti's candidate, Mahamoud Ali Youssouf, thus undermining Odinga's candidacy. The African Union Commission is the executive arm of the African Union, AU, responsible for implementing the Union's decisions and policies. The chairperson of the AUC plays a critical role in shaping the direction of the continent's political, economic, and security agendas. As such, the position is highly coveted by political leaders across Africa, and securing it is seen as a step toward greater continental influence. Raila Odinga, who has been a fixture in Kenyan and African politics for decades, announced his candidacy for the role in 2024. His bid has attracted significant attention due to his long-standing experience in African diplomacy and politics. Odinga has been a key figure in regional peace processes and has built a reputation for advocating for democracy, good governance, and conflict resolution across Africa. However, the road to the AUC chairmanship has been far from smooth for Odinga. Despite his wealth of experience and support from various African nations, the competition for the position is fierce, and several factors have worked against him, including what is seen by many as an attempt by President William Ruto's administration to weaken his chances. In the latest twist to the race, Raila Odinga's bid has been severely impacted by allegations that President William Ruto, a political rival, sought to influence the outcome of the election by attempting to bribe Djibouti's candidate, Mahamoud Ali Youssouf, who has been one of the major contenders in the race for AUC chair. According to various reports, Ruto allegedly offered significant financial incentives to Youssouf to sway his position and gain favor for his chosen candidate, who would be a key player in opposing Odinga's bid. The accusations have sent shockwaves through both Kenyan and African political circles. Critics of Ruto argue that the alleged bribery is not only a sign of the lengths to which the president is willing to go to protect his political interests, but also a clear violation of the ethical standards expected of African leaders. The news has drawn the attention of multiple governments, NGOs, and regional bodies, all calling for a thorough investigation into the matter. For Odinga, the fallout from this scandal is significant. First, it paints his bid as being vulnerable to underhanded political maneuvering and highlights how deeply entrenched the political divisions in Kenya have become. Second, it casts a shadow over the fairness of the AUC chairmanship race and raises questions about the integrity of the voting process itself. Raila Odinga's supporters have strongly condemned the alleged bribery attempt, viewing it as an attempt by Ruto to undermine not just Odinga's candidacy, but also Kenya's stature in continental politics. Odinga, who has long been an advocate for transparency, democracy, and anti-corruption measures, now finds himself in a position where the credibility of his bid has been questioned. This scandal is particularly damaging because it involves the highest levels of government in Kenya and threatens to cast a shadow over the entire African Union election process. The bribery allegations have caused some African countries to re-evaluate their support for Odinga, with some viewing the scandal as evidence of a highly competitive and corrupt election environment. Additionally, Odinga's campaign has faced increased scrutiny from both local and international media, further complicating his chances of winning the AUC chairmanship. His supporters have voiced concerns that the ongoing controversy will diminish his ability to garner crucial votes from key African states. For Odinga, who has relied heavily on Pan-African support throughout his political career, any loss of momentum could be a blow to his prospects of securing the AUC position. While the bribery scandal has taken center stage, it has also had significant domestic implications for the Kenyan political landscape. Critics of President William Ruto have seized upon the allegations as evidence of his growing authoritarian tendencies, which they argue could have detrimental effects on Kenya's democratic processes. The scandal has fueled tensions between Ruto and Odinga, further deepening the divide between their respective political factions. For Odinga, this is yet another chapter in a political career marked by intense rivalry and a series of challenges. The former Prime Minister has already faced numerous setbacks in his quest for the presidency, and his most recent bid for continental leadership appears to be falling victim to similar political dynamics. At a regional level, the dispute between Odinga and Ruto has also raised questions about Kenya's standing in the broader African Union framework. Kenya has long been a key player in the AU, with both leaders having played critical roles in shaping the organization's priorities. However, the perception that Kenya's political elite is divided over the AUC chairmanship may lead to a weakening of the country's influence on the continental stage. Despite the setbacks, Raila Odinga remains undeterred in his pursuit of the AUC chairmanship. His supporters have rallied behind him, emphasizing his long-standing commitment to peace, democracy, and the empowerment of African nations. As the controversy continues to unfold, Odinga has called for transparency in the election process and for an investigation into the bribery allegations. Whether or not Odinga can overcome these challenges and secure the AUC chairmanship remains uncertain. The race for the AUC's top post is set to be a highly contested one, with several other candidates vying for the position, including Mahamoud Ali Youssouf of Djibouti, who may now be further emboldened by the controversy. As the election draws nearer, all eyes will be on Odinga to see if he can navigate these turbulent waters and emerge victorious in his quest for African leadership. For now, though, the former Prime Minister must contend with the fallout from the bribery scandal, a political rivalry with President Ruto that shows no sign of abating, and the uncertain prospects of his bid for the African Union Commission chairmanship.